cricket, Australia pull off record chase to stun Black Caps. Finally, 2 sets of international batsmen mastered Eden Park's backyard dimensions to maximum effect, as Australia triumphed by 5 wickets over New Zealand with 7 balls to spare in the 2020 Tri-Series. New Zealand wreaked havoc on the Australian bowlers to post 243 for 6, equalling their highest 2020 international score and the best at the ground. Then the visitors went one better. They unleashed T20's highest successful chase, which culminated when Aaron Finch hit Colin de Grandhomme for 6 over long on. The ball appeared to spend more time in the stands than on the field as both bowling attacks were dismantled on one of cricket's most unforgiving arenas. The 32 sixes equalled the world record in the format. Unfortunately for captains Kane Williamson and David Warner, they couldn't place fielders on the outer oval, the second tier of the stand, Walters Road or Cricket and Reimers Avenues. Australian opener Darcy Short starred with 76 off 44 balls. He plundered at will, as if addressing a vendetta against the bloke, who appeared behind one-handed $50,000 winning catcher Mitchell Grimstone saluting him with a middle finger as he trotted in vain towards the boundary fence. "I copped it a bit when I was fielding, but I switched it out and tried to stay in the game. It was just banter," Short said. "That's the smallest field I've played on, but the atmosphere was great. I just trusted my swing knowing I could clear the boundary because those at home are considerably bigger. I think we brought it back well. We could have been chasing 260–270 at one stage." Short combined in a ballistic opening stand of 121 off 8.3 overs with Warner, who was bowled by Ish Sodhi for 59 from 24 balls. The power play was worth 91 runs. The bombardment continued as Glenn Maxwell, Finch and Marcus Stoinis, a man familiar with a similar order situation at the ground last year, cruised the target. The hosts' bowlers copped it. Only Sodhi went at less than 10 runs per over. However, it was hard not to sympathise with Trent Boult, who completed Ben Wheeler's final over when the left-armer was ruled out of the attack, if that's the right word, after bowling 2 deliveries above waist height. Wheeler was saved the ignominy of the most expensive T20I figures, conceding 64 from 3. New Zealand's path was paved by Martin Guptill with 105 from 54 balls, his second T20 century and the second fastest by a New Zealander. He reached the mark in 49 balls, 2 shy of Colin Munro's effort against the West Indies at Mount Maunganui on January 3. The opener made the park look like his personal playground, and effectively it is. He averages 54.50 at a strike rate of 168 in 9 innings of the format at the venue. To put 240 on the board and lose a game is disheartening, but there's no real time to dwell on it, Guptill said. Any time you score 90 in the front 6, like Australia, is going to put pressure on any score. They chanced their arm and it paid off. Guptill played with the sort of freedom William Wallace sought in Braveheart. He appeared delighted with his achievement, but wore a poker face that could win tournaments in Las Vegas when facing up. Munro deserved as much kudos. The pair formed the highest T20I opening partnership at the ground. They unleashed 132 runs in 64 balls, a combined strike rate of 206. The opening stand included 100 runs, 10 sixes and 10 fours, in boundaries. Monro was eventually prized from his task for 76 off 33 balls but left a trail of debris, mainly in the form of shredded Australian confidence. Andrew Tye dismissed him, but not before being dispatched for 3 consecutive sixes. Fortunately, Maxwell loomed off the 4th ball of the 11th over to take a welcome catch at long on. The power hitting in the power play to reach 67 without loss was the tonic New Zealand needed after slipping to 29 for 3 in Sydney. Of the Australian bowlers, only Ashton Agar went for less than 10 runs per over. At the other end of the spectrum, Tye finished with 2 for 64 and short 6 balls cost 19. New Zealand kept the momentum flowing by sending in Tim Seifert, 12 from 6 balls, Mark Chapman, 16 from 14, de Granholm, 3 from 4, and Ross Taylor, 17 from 6. Each played selflessly, but that was not enough to deter a rampant Australia.